All right. Hi, Amber.
I'm so excited to be here right now.
I'm so excited too. And there's, I mean, this could be like a 2-hour live stream
It really could.
for real.
Maybe it should.
Like, I think we're going to condense so many amazing things into 30 minutes. And let me just double check, make sure that everything is live as it should be.
What a big moment.
All right, we're officially official on Instagram too now. So everybody who joins us live here, hello, hello, hello. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for being here. We are just so happy to have you join us today to talk about the power of alignment. It's an incredible thing to have in your life, behind you, with the people around you. I mean, once you unlock alignment, I mean, there's really, as Amber will tell you, there's really no going back. It's like you open the floodgates and the water just carries you. So before we jump into all the things, let me just give you a little bit of an introduction, because you may not know me, you may not know Amber. So my name is Justine. I'm so glad you're here. I founded Inner Spark Media, and I've spent 20 years in business operations. And I'm taking all of that experience and channeling into my real passion, which is creating children's books that help kids build resilience and self-confidence through their own inner strengths.
And which is such a big deal. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
And I've just launched my first book, which is currently live on Kickstarter. I'm so excited about this book. I cannot even fully express the years and the love that has gone into creating this, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But here's the thing, before I could really bring the message of that book forward, I had to get really, really aligned with my own vision and purpose, which is why I am so excited, Amber, that you're here. Amber Vilhauer, folks, she is incredible. And she is a books and business strategist, a multi-best-selling author, founder of NGNG Enterprises, which is an Inc. 5000 marketing agency. Like, your team is incredible. And she helps entrepreneurs align their business with their core talents to naturally scale revenue and impact. I mean, you've got yourself an incredible, like, brain, heart, like, spark in Amber, which is why I'm so excited that we are going to be talking today, because I have been working with her for almost a year and a half on 2 book projects. I've taken her alignment course 3 times. I was in her Write, Publish, Launch program and completely pivoted my book halfway through. And she has been the strategic guide helping me move from stuck to actually publicly sharing my work and this new vision, which has been a whole thing. So Amber, thank you so much for being here and agreeing to interview me today.
I mean, I don't even know what to do with the energy that I feel in my body right now, but like my heart is like, it almost aches with so much pride for you. And like my jaws like hurt from how much I've been smiling, and I just feel like crying. It's like this awkward, happy emotion because it has been such a joy watching you travel the journey in, right? To really know yourself and what really wanted to emerge. Because like I've known Justine from even before that, and she is a woman of many talents. Like anybody who knows Justine will tell you that. And so it was really exciting to me to see which project, which topic was she going to really land on, because she could do so many different things. And she's pulled in so many different directions, because like everybody wants to collaborate with Justine or know Justine or invite her somewhere or have a dinner with her or whatever it is, because she's just one of those amazing people to know. And to now be in this moment today, you're holding your children's book in hand, knowing that we're going to talk about Inner Spark Media and all of the fun things that are unfolding in your life. It's like this such a surreal, cool, meaningful moment. And so honestly, I'm really happy to have the privilege to ask you some questions about this process and let other people in. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Amber. I mean, like, even it's like there's this moment where I feel like to get to the point of actually sharing the thing that is truly yours to share, your own spark, for me has been like one of the hardest things I have ever done in my entire life. And I just feel like
that is like, do you know, like what was that about? Why was that hard for you?
I think a lot of it was just a lot of conditioning, a lot of stories, a lot of fear. I think fear was a
I
huge
understand that.
piece, actually. Like the fear of what if I do something wrong? What if I hurt somebody? What if this isn't truly who I am? I mean, I think there were so many pathways I partially walked down. Like, say life is one big trail, right? And you're walking down this trail, and there's like this little trail here and this little trail here, and you're seeing these trails, and you're like, but what if that's my trail? I need to at least see, because look at it. Look at the way the light's coming in, and oh, I think maybe I hear a stream, and ooh, I see those wildflowers. And I don't know, I think I need to see that path a little bit and see if that's the path for me to walk down. And so I think I must have walked down like every path that I could have walked down.
Anybody relate to this? Yes.
Like, this isn't it. This isn't it. Where is my path?
Yeah, and I think we want to know our true potential, and we want to leave a legacy that's meaningful and impactful. We want to know that the decisions that we made, the challenges that we overcame, the stories that we rewired, all of it was for something, right? And seeing what you chose as your unique path is really powerful. And I'm wondering, like, can we start with you telling me a little bit more about Inner Spark Media? Like, what is that and what is your vision for it?
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm a reading
Sounds
Rainbow
really
kid.
cool.
I loved reading Rainbow. LeVar Burton, whether in Reading Rainbow or Star Trek Next Generation, like huge fan. And what I realized is that what he showed to, like, at least what I got as a viewer of Reading Rainbow was like the outside world is a safe place to explore. Maybe you don't know these people. Maybe you've never seen a crayon factory before. Maybe you've never been to like a volcano as it's erupting. But like, these things are worth experiencing. And he gave me so much confidence and excitement that the people out there that I don't know are probably people that I want to meet for whatever reason. They're all going to have a gift to give. And I feel like I want Inner Spark Media to show kids and their parents that the inner world is a safe place to explore. Like, we have untold amounts of beautiful places that we can find on the inside just as much as on the outside. And those are worth exploring. It's worth having tools that help us find courage and resilience and like that grit to keep going inwards to see what's there. Because if I had not kept going deeper and deeper inside, I never would have found this. I never would have hit that point where I feel like I unearthed and entered into almost like this hidden chamber of energy and passion that I didn't even know existed. But you don't find it unless you keep going.
Wow. I mean, talk about differentiation. No one's having this conversation that I know of, and I'm a part of a lot of different types of circles, and I think there are a lot of people that are afraid to go in. It's there's cobwebs in the closet, there's trauma back there. I don't want to relive it. I don't want to have those bad feelings. And a lot of people, I think they don't even know what they don't know. Like, they're in avoidance, or they're just in escapism or something else. And so they don't maybe have this conscious awareness of there's stuff to explore in there, or what the value is for sure. What do you think is at stake around this type of conversation and opening up these doors for adults? I would say, of course, but really, especially for our kids. Like, why is this so urgent, do you think?
I could talk for a really long time
I know,
about why
I'm
I
like,
feel like now is the time for this, but I'll condense it to the best of my ability, which is, we know that we're in a time of massive acceleration. We know that we're on the precipice of a lot of things changing, whether it's AI, technologies, climate doing strange things,
finance,
you know.
cryptocurrency. I mean,
I mean,
pick an industry, pick a topic.
right? So many things. It doesn't matter which one of those you focus on. We are at a precipice, a turning point. And I believe to navigate these turning points that we're going to be moving through as a collective in the next 20 to 30 years, we can do it with creativity and resiliency and self-belief. I mean, humans are some of the most creative, adaptive species that has ever been known in existence. And we've been doing this for a really long time. And so whenever I see the doom spiraling that's happening out there, doom scrolling and all of that stuff, I'm just like, what are we doing, people? Okay, yes, we have these challenges. What do you do when you have a challenge? You meet it. You get creative about it. You work together with people to figure out a way through. Like, we can do this, people. We can figure out a way through. Why don't we have positive urgency? I don't understand why we're not saying, oh my gosh, how can we be the most creatively inspired that we ever have been to figure out the kind of world that we want to have together? This is what it's about, people. Like, we can do this. We have the opportunity. So not only do we get to do that for ourselves, for those of us who are adults, but why don't we do it with our kids alongside us? Why don't we learn together? Why don't we bring our hands together to really figure this out and to give kids the opportunity to find that inner resilience, to find that creativity, and we have to look within to find these answers. The answers are not outside. AI is not going to give them to us. We have to look deeply within us into that genius, into that spark that each one of us have, and bring that forward. That is the answer to everything that is in front of us, is what's inside of us.
I just wish that like we were in a stadium right now so people could give you a standing ovation. That was awesome. There's so much I want to say because this is hitting me on so many levels. I mean, there's the part of me that is the business owner, and all day long I work with these emerging leaders who want to go out and make the world a better place in their niche, right? So I'm thinking about it from that angle of, you know, these are all individuals that need to go within to cultivate that inner strength, the resiliency, the creativity, as you said, so that they can be strong enough to go out into the world and to make the impact that they want to make. Then I'm also thinking about it, you know, from my own personal individual experience where, you know, I was the avoidant person. I didn't even know that there was a problem. Honestly, I thought that I went through the dark valley of life when I was a teenager. So I was like, nothing to see here, folks. Everything's good on the outside. But on the inside, I was just so frustrated all the time, frustrated, or feeling anxious or worry or guilt or shame or something along those lines. And it wasn't until a major life impact that forced me inward to look at what was in there. And, you know, I love what you're saying. It doesn't have to be scary. There's so much beauty and freedom inside of there, which, okay, that's hitting. Then I'm like listening to you as the mom. You know, I have a 9-year-old and I read him books every single night before bed. And I'm very snobbish about the books that I let him read because I want to learn something from the books. I want it to be a reminder to me of how to be a better person, a better mom, etc. And I'm thinking about all of the parents out there that are just like having such a hard time that they don't know what to do except the mundane, the autopilot, like they're just coping through the day. And, you know, we've got to interrupt that pattern to say, whoa, let's sit down and have different types of conversations. Like, we've got to engage. It starts here. Don't just accept it and say you're tired and we'll deal with it tomorrow. Like, we've got to engage our children more. So I'm just like standing ovation big time. And the last hat that I'm looking at this through is just as a peer on the journey, Justine, I'm looking at you using your voice with such deep anchored conviction, such truth, unwavering wisdom. And you are so pure and clean and clear on the inside, using your voice so forcefully on the outside that it is resonating like crazy through the internet waves. And I'm like, this is what it looks like, folks, to be in alignment right here. This is what it looks like. So if you are a person that's ever struggled with using your voice or like, I don't know, I feel like this is the answer. I feel like I see a different way, but I don't know what to do about it. I mean, like, Justine, you really climbed through alignment to get to this moment. And I've got to ask, like, what was that like for you? Because I mean, if you could see yourself the way I just saw you in that moment, you got to look at the replay, girlfriend. It was awesome.
Well, it's been like a big turnaround. I mean, turnaround is maybe not the right word, but it's been,
Rising,
I mean,
deepening, opening, like a little
yeah,
bit of everything.
expanding. It's been
Yeah.
a massive expansion in the past year and a half, because when I started with Write Publish Launch with you and Nancy and the whole team of like Kelly's whole team at KNLA, there, like, I was just like, I don't know, I feel like there's something in here, but I had basically been off of social media for over 4 years. I wasn't saying anything. I was in a hermit cave. And that journey has looked like this tenacious belief that there's something inside of me that wants to be expressed. Like, I feel it. It's a somatic experience. It's like and I've known about it for a long time, right? This is something that I've been very aware of for the past 10 years. I'm like, there's something in here. And it's not like I haven't been looking for it. I have been looking and looking, like long silent meditation retreats and
Oh yeah, it's
programs
true,
and like
friends.
deep,
Yes.
deep programs with people of all different backgrounds and EMDR and therapy and somatic work. And I mean, all the things, right? But there's something about when you go in specifically through the lens of alignment and you're like, I'm coming for you. You have that, like, okay, I might not know it today, but if I trust Amber, which I do, if I trust Amber to guide me into that place, and I know that it's levels of refinement, going back, looking
Yes.
more deeply, right? I mean, I went through like, not only did I read your book, but I went through the live program 3 times. And each time it wasn't that different, right? It's like 1% difference. But that 1% is like you being on track to hit the moon, or you being on track to go way out into orbit and not land where you want to be landing.
Yeah.
And so that process has looked a lot like just being willing to keep going. And that was my belief, like from an early age. I just said, okay, if I don't give up, eventually I will get there. To me, that just felt like real logic. Like, if I
Yeah.
just don't stop, then even if it takes me a long time to get here, and I keep asking people for directions, or I keep saying, well, this doesn't feel
Absolutely.
like the right way, I'm going to go a little bit different, I'm going to go this way, now I'm going to go this way, I'll get there eventually. Oh my gosh, I got there.
Yes, you did. I mean, it's obvious. It's so obvious. You can tell the difference when somebody is faking it and they're forcing and pushing their success and they're just being transactional and promoting their thing and they're campaigning, versus someone like witnessing what you just displayed. That was deep, honest, authentic, pure passion and wisdom and consciousness, like all wrapped up into a few sentences. And it was really, really powerful. And that is the invitation. I mean, the way that I define alignment is living in line with your deepest values, beliefs, and needs. But the challenges that I've learned is that most people don't know what they believe, right? Because our beliefs were dropped in as we were still developing as kids. We didn't choose those beliefs. They were impressed upon us. And so here now we're adults and we're just kind of like moving through life with these actions and outcomes and we're like, why is this thing's not working out for me? Or like, why it's so weird that these things keep happening, because this hasn't been normalized yet. And I'm trying to do that. It's not always flattering to admit online the painful suffering journey that you've been through. But I think what Justine and I are trying to do is saying, like, hey, we've been through that hard stuff so that we can make it simpler. The path doesn't have to be so painful. There can be another way, but we couldn't have gotten there without creativity, right? And I go back to like creativity and resilience and that trust of the inner world to bring out innovation to the rest of the world so that it doesn't have to be so hard, in this way. And I love, Justine, that, you start this process of writing one book, you pivot and then go into this other book that's now more in alignment. and it's setting you off on this whole other trajectory. I wonder, can I ask you just for a brief minute, are you coming back to the original book at any point? And what was that moment of decision? Because it happened quite suddenly in the process where it was like, oh, I'm changing plans. And I'm so glad you did, because look at what you created. It's exciting.
Yeah, so the original book, I mean, there were okay, so now there have been 3 books. I wrote an entire manuscript from July. I mean, I had started it a little bit earlier last year, but
Right.
I had mostly finished it by the end of 2024. And I got to the end of writing that and I went, this is not the book. And then I went back to the drawing board in early 2025. And the book that emerged from that is all about how do you actually get into a process of letting go? Because for me, letting go of all of the stuff, of all of the stories, of all of the like false impressions of yourself and the world and not understanding reality and all of that, you have to let go of the stuff that is clogging your senses. And these are all of your senses, right? What you hear, what you see, what you taste, what you feel, all of these things have been basically, I guess, like filter. You have filters. And so essentially what happened is I went, I, the best, the most valuable thing that I could share with people is how to make the process of surrender practical. And so that book is the book that I've been working on. I'm still working on it. It will be launched at some point. But just as I was getting ready to decide on the launch plan for the surrender book, my children's book, the illustrator was finishing the illustrations. And I went, oh my gosh, I can't do both of these this year. And so I really went into a place of asking, like, because to me, these ideas are alive. They have their own way of wanting to be in the world. And Elizabeth Gilbert tells that story in a very fun way in her book, Big Magic, when she knows the exact moment where she passed an idea to another writer. And then this writer wrote the book that Elizabeth decided not to write. And it is like they have this way of working through the world. And so when I went in and I said, okay, like, it's your show idea, like, you have your own intelligence within you. Like, you've chosen me to help bring you to life, which I'm totally excited to do. And what wants to happen here? What's the order? And the children's book was like, me first, me first, me first, me first. Like, I'm going first.
Love that.
And so I was like, okay, I guess that's what's going to happen. Okay, what am I going to, I'm going to do a Kickstarter. I've been kind of hiding behind the scenes for so long. I know all these amazing people who I so appreciate from my entire life journey. Even if I haven't seen them in 10 or 15 years, I think about these people all the time. I think about the communities that I've been a part of. I think about the people who supported my work. I think about people that I met once sitting in an airport or met in line standing. I remember all of these people who have helped me in some small way to get to this point. And so it just felt like the Kickstarter was the right thing to do, to say thank you to all of these people. Like, even if they just had one conversation with me, that one conversation helped this happen.
Yes. Isn't that so beautiful? Parents, you got to remember to teach your kids this stuff. The way that she's talking is just absolutely so beautiful. So tell me why, I mean, I had my own experience of a children's book. My son wrote The Long Forest Trail. And so I am a big believer in children's books. But why do you think that children's books are so transformative and powerful? Like, why not just write another book to parents saying, hey, you should teach your kids creativity? I mean, why did you choose the children's book?
A number of reasons. Number one, because of how impactful they've been for me in my own life. I still have several children's books from when I'm growing up. Like, I will still read them and cry. I mean, like, there's nothing that makes me cry more than heartfelt children's books. Like, I will literally go to my favorite independent children's bookstore, Mabel's Fables. It's down the road in Toronto. And I'll walk in and I will literally sit there and read books and like have tears just stream down my face, because we are in a world that is so noisy. We're in a world that has been just flooded with the energy of transactional ways of being. And when you have a children's book that has been written from someone's heart, that is like it's like a heart transmission. It's like the signal of someone's heart just speaks right to my heart. And that is such a direct experience. And to feel that and to know you don't need all the other extra stuff. You can have a simple message in less than 500 words really speak to somebody and change their life. And I say that because I have been that person receiving that transformation. And in this day and age, kids want their parents to read books. Like I know parents that are like, I don't want to read this book for the 77th time. Like, please give me a book that I want to read 77 times. So I'm like, let me write books that parents will want to read 77 times, so that both the parent and their children are receiving something together that is
Yes.
helping inspire them together. They're on the journey together. And how would we rather have it be than together? Together is so much fun. Like, let's be on team yes to life, team yes to our spark, and team yes to receiving messages that are actually so good for bringing us together in our creativity, in our alignment, in our own understanding and bravery of our own spark and who we are, and to let that come out into the world. I mean, those are just that's why children's books.
I completely agree. I mean, it's how I really get to connect with Clay, and we spin off into these like really great conversations out of just children's books. And then we love going back and rereading them and remembering the giggles from the last time, or the closeness that we had from the last time. So I'm a team yes, especially a yes Justine fan. I cannot believe we're almost out of time, because like there's so many things that I had written down that I want to ask you. So I'm going to let you choose what you want to answer, but I want to know more about Kickstarter and when the campaign ends. I want to know how parents can best support you and get involved. And I want to know what we can be doing to supplement the book's learnings to help our kids with creativity and resilience for what's happening. And then I want to say, what else is on your heart to share? So
oh my gosh, okay.
That's a lot, but what do you want to talk about in our remaining moments? Because that's what matters to me more than anything.
I'll say two things. The first is, if you're listening to this and you know that you've got a spark inside of you that you want coming out, and you don't feel like you're in alignment, or you feel like you could use some alignment, find Amber online. Find Amber, find her courses. She's amazing.
You would make this about me. It's her moment.
The other thing that I will say,
very sweet,
is, well, and I've had a few friends come and do work with you, and everyone comes back raving to me. So I feel like, yes, people should know that your work exists. Additionally, the Kickstarter, we go until the end of the day on November 4th. And anybody who buys a book also gets this amazing Spark guide that comes along with it. It's a PDF download that has lots and lots of questions, ideas, creative projects that parents or teachers can bring to their kids, and really take the lessons and the energy and the spark from the book and bring it into their day-to-day lives. And so I would just encourage everybody to explore, like, how do you, because the whole idea of the book, right, this little hedgehog is gifted a seed and then has to find the perfect place to plant the seed. And so how are you supporting your kids to find, like, what is that seed inside of them? How are you reflecting it back to them? And how are you helping them just understand the landscape of life so that they will understand where best to plant their seed? And sometimes, like for me, it's been almost a 4-decade journey to find that place for planting. Not settling for anything less than your most expressed inner brilliance. This is what we're supposed to do on this earth. This is who we're supposed to bring. We have all been gifted a very special spark, and I want to see your spark. I want to bring my spark. Let's all bring our sparks out together, because that version of the world is the kind of world that I want to be in, because how fun, how creative, how filled with love is that place. I am 100% yes to that. And so if you want to come and support this book on Kickstarter, link is in bio. I would love your support. Thank you so much for being here with us. Amber, thank you for being here today and having this important conversation so that the spark can continue to be invited to come out and play.
Oh, thank you so much, Justine. I just want to end by saying one last thing. I know we're over on time, but if you're a person out in the world and you feel a little lost because there's uncertainty ahead, or you're just trying to find your own way, and you have a child or a niece or a nephew or a neighborhood kid, anybody, I mean, I think this would make such an incredible Christmas gift or holiday gift for people, birthday gift, you name it. But I really think that in the process of giving this gift to somebody else, it is going to be the thing that awakens that inside of you. And if you can have a shared experience, as Justine was saying, by even reading the book together and talking about it together, it's going to spark the creativity in each of you that bonds you. So even if you feel like you're a little disconnected from your own kids right now because of something that you've been through, you're going through a divorce or health challenges or whatever it is, this book could be the thing that brings you back together. And I just had to share that because my intuition was very strong in that moment. So thank you for letting me be here, Justine, and lifting you up in every way that I possibly can, because you are so needed as a leader in this planet. I really value you very much.
Thank you, Amber. I'm sending you a big hug across the waves of the internet, and to all of you watching, thank you so much for being here. And I hope that I get to talk to you soon.